Good morning, student. A very warm good morning to all of you. Yes, I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. Now, today we are started our new chapter, that is fractions. Before starting the chapter, some recalls are given there. Let's we solve these examples. Means solve these crossword puzzle to recall what you learned about fractions in the previous classes. Yes, in the fourth and fifth standard you are learn about the fractions. Yes. Now, just see what is given across. 3 upon 7 is a fraction. 3 upon 7 is a which fraction? From 1, it is a proper fraction. Here I have to write PROPER. Okay. Then 2 upon 5 and 6 upon 15 are here equivalent fractions. So you have to write EQUIVALENT, equivalent fraction. Then 6. 2 1 upon 3 is the which fraction of type this is? Mixed fraction. So you have to write MIXED, mixed fraction. Okay. So 1 upon 3 is the fraction. 1 upon 3 is the which fraction? Yes, it is the unit fraction. UNIT, unit fraction. Okay. Now in this way you have to solve all these puzzles. Now we are moving with the next topic, that is what is the introduction is given here. Students of class 6th of school went on a field trip. Then the students were divided into 4 groups. The school also provided sandwiches for each school as snacks. When they stopped to take rest, the sandwiches were cut and shared as follows. Okay, this is also happen with you when you are going to the trip. Yes, something is distributed to you for the eat. There, see, the first group had 4 people and shared 3 sandwiches equally. The second group had 5 people and shared 4 sandwiches equally. The third group had 8 people and shared 7 sandwiches equally. The last group had 5 people and shared 3 sandwiches equally. When they returned from a field trip, the children began to argue that the distribution of sandwiches had not been fair, that some children got more to eat than the other. Were they right, or did everyone get the same amount? What do you think? Yes, we divide a whole into the part. If we want to distribute it equally, it becomes difficult to distribute it when the part of the whole are not in equal size in equal. Okay, if the parts are equal size, a fair distribution is possible. A fraction is a part of whole. You know, a fraction is a part of whole. When all parts of one whole are of the same size, every part represents a fraction of that whole. A part of an apple is a fraction of the apple. If the apple is cut into 2 equal parts, both represent 1 upon 2 parts of the apple. In fact, every whole number is a fraction, since a whole number a can be written as a upon 1. So, the whole apple can be treated as a fraction. See, something is given in the remember. When 0 is divided by any number, the result is 0. A fraction cannot be 0 in the denominator. Such a fraction is said to be undefined. Means in the fraction, 0 would not be in the denominator, because if 0 is divided by any number, it is undefined. Okay. Now, are 6, 2 and 0 fractions? Explain. All whole numbers are fractions, because all whole numbers can be written as fraction having 1 as the denominator. Now see, if there is no number in below that number, then it is the number 1, that is 6 is divided by 1, 2 is divided by 1 and 0 is again divided by 1 in such a way that the 6, 2 and 0 are the, yes, 0 are the fractions. Okay, are you understood, everyone? Just see. Now, how we are representing the fraction on a number line? So, representation of a fraction on number line. Just see. We are already know how to represent whole number on the number line. Yes, you are learning the whole number. Let us now see how we represent fractions on a number line. Let us draw a number line and represent 1/2 on it. To present 1/2 on the number line, mark a point on the number line between 0 and 1 such that it divides the gap between them into two equal parts. Now represent 1/2 as the mark as shown in the page next. Just see what is given. First, what you have to do, you just have to draw the number line from 0 to 1, 2, 3. Now, half is the half and half. Two parts are equal to 1. So, make the point here which is the half of the 0, which is the half of the 1. Okay. Let us represent 1/3 on the number line. To represent 1/3 on the number line, mark 2 points between 0 and 1, dividing the gap between them into 3 equal parts. And first mark represent 1/3 and the second mark represent 2/3. Just see here, if you want to do the 3 parts, so it is from the 0 you have to divide the 1, 2 and 3, means up to the 1 you have to divide the number in the 1, 2, 3 parts. The first part is near to the 0 is 1/3, the second part is 2/3 and the third part is 3/3, means it is the whole number 1. Observe that 0 represents 0/3 and 1 represents 3/3. Are you understood? Observe that, yes, 0 represents 0/3 and 1 represents 3/3. Now, let us represent 1/4, 1/2, 3/4 on the number line. To represent 1/4, 1/2, 3/4 on the number line, mark 3 points between 0 and 1, dividing the gap between them into the 4 equal parts. The first mark represents 1/4, second mark represents 1/2 and the third mark represents 3/4. Just see here, we are dividing from 0 to 1, the numbers are in the 1, 2, 3, 4 part. Okay, so near to the 0 is 1/4, next is 2/4. 2/4 means the 1/2, half is. Then third one is 3/4, means it is the 3/4 part, and the last one is 4/1. 4 is the full part, means it is equal to 1. Are you understood how to represent the number line, these fractions? Yes. Now see the different types of fractions. First one is, you already know what is the proper fraction. When the numerator is less than the denominator, the fraction is said to be proper fraction. That is, when the number of parts we talk about is less than the number of parts, whole has been cut into, as we call it as a proper fraction. Means what are the proper fraction? Where the numerator is small and the denominator is bigger. Means the value of numerator is smaller than the value of denominator. Improper fraction, it is the inverse of that, that is fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator, means the value of numerator is greater than denominator, is called the improper fraction. Okay, an improper fraction can be converted into the mixed number. For example, 12/8 is an improper fraction because you cannot take out 12 parts from 8 parts. So you need another whole with the same 8 parts, out of which the additional 4 parts can be taken. Yes, that you know. Now see the next one, mixed fraction. Mixed fraction has both an integral part and fractional part. Yes. Now look at this picture. Now look at this diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 are colored. Just see what is represent. This is how you can show 12 upon 8 diagrammatically. Means in the first diagram all the parts have been taken, that is 8 upon 8 and which is equal to 1 whole. From the second diagram the balance 4 parts can taken, that is 4 upon 8. So in total 12 upon 8 parts are taken. Okay, so now you can see 12 upon 8 is, you can write as 1 whole part and 4 upon 8 other part. So it is equal to 1 4 upon 8. So we can express an improper fraction as the mixed fraction by dividing the denominator to obtain the quotient and the remainder. Then the mixed fraction will be written as quotient, remainder and here the divisor. Okay, so are you understood what are the mixed fraction, everyone? Okay, now see. For example, 5 upon 2, 7 upon 4, 9 upon 4, 8 upon 3 and 12 upon 7. All these improper fractions can be expressed as a mixed numbers. Are you understood, everyone? Yes. Now see. Convert the following improper fraction to the mixed fraction. That you know how to do the division. 7 divided by 5, or you can say 7 upon 5. So divide the 5 to the 7. 5 ones are 5. 2 is remaining. So how it can be written as? The whole part is 1. So write here 1. What is the remainder? You have write on the numerator, and what is the divisor? That you write on the denominator. Okay, in this way you can convert improper fraction to the mixed fraction. Now see the next. Convert these mixed fraction into improper fraction. So what is the formula for that? Multiply whole number to the denominator, then add the numerator is equal to improper fraction. Means 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 and 1 is 5, so it is equal to 5 upon 2. Have you understood? So mixed fraction is equal to integral part multiplied by denominator plus numerator and whole total divided by denominator. As I told you, are you understood how to write it? Yes. Now see the next one. Like fractions. Fractions having the same denominator are called the like fractions. Means the fraction with the same denominator. Here you can see 1 upon 8, 3 upon 8, 5 upon 8 and 7 upon 8, all are the like fractions. So what are the unlike fractions? The fractions having different denominators are called unlike fractions. Just see 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 2 upon 5 are all unlike fractions. Then what is equivalent fraction? See the figure A. It is divided into 2 parts. Hence the shaded part is the half of the entire box. So the shaded portion can be represented by the fraction, that is, it is the half part. So it can be written as 1 upon 2. Okay. Now see the second figure. In second figure, how many parts are there? 4. Out of 4 parts, 2 parts are shaded. Means half of that part is also shaded. So this is also the same as the A1. Means here also the half part is shaded and here also half part is shaded. Therefore 1 upon 2 and 2 upon 4 are the, these are called the equivalent fractions. Find out if 3 upon 4, 6 upon 8, 9 upon 12, 15 upon 20 are the equivalent fraction. What you have to do? You just multiply the number by the same. That is 3 upon 4 by 2. If you are multiplying by 2, you will get 6 upon 8. 3 upon 4 multiplying by 3, you will get 9 upon 12. 3 upon 4 multiplied by 5, you will get 15 upon 20. So all the values are same. That's why you can write at 3 upon 4, 6 upon 8, 9 upon 12 and 15 upon 20 are the equivalent fractions. Means their value is same. Now find out 3 equivalent fractions of 5 upon 7. Okay, to find out the equivalent fractions of any number, what you have to do? You just multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Here you can see 5 multiplied by 2, 7 multiplied by 2. So it is equal to 10 upon 40. 5 upon 7 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, so it is equal to 15 upon 21, and then 5 multiplied by 4, 7 multiplied by 4, so the answer will be 20 upon 28. Means all these are the equivalent fraction of 5 upon 7. Have you understood, everyone? See the next one. Fraction in lowest term. Fraction must always be expressed in its lowest term. A fraction is said to be in the lowest term if its numerator and denominator have no common factor except 1. To express in lowest term, you should divide both the numerator and denominator by their HCF. Just look at this example. Reduce the fraction 16 upon 96 to its lowest term. So what you have to do? First you have to find out the HCF of that number. So you know the long division method. By long division method you have to find out first the HCF. So HCF is equal to 12. Okay, so divide the number to the 60 to the first 2, then you will get 30 upon 48. Again divided by 2, you will get 15 upon 24, and again you have to divide 15 upon 24 to the 3. You will get the answer 5 upon 8. Okay, or directly you can divide it by the 12. If you are divided by 12, what will be the answer? Yes, now directly you can also divide 60 divided by 12 and 96 divided by 12. So it is equal to 5 upon 8. Therefore, 5 upon 8 is the lowest term of the given fraction. Okay, are you understood? Yes, reduce 6 upon 8, 9 upon 12 and 15 upon 22, their lowest term. See, what you have to do, just divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. You will get the lowest term of the given fractions. Are you understood, everyone? How to find out the lowest term? Yes. Now see, there are some examples on my exercise 5.1. First question. Circle the proper fractions. Which are the proper fraction? Where the numerator is small and denominator is greater one. So it is the, here it is, you can write, here you have to circle, then here you can circle, and here you can circle. So these are the proper fractions where numerator are smaller than denominator. See, next one. Write a fraction each of the following. 4 out of 7 means, here you can write 4 out of 7. Half means you can write it as 1 upon 2. 1/3, it is written as 1 upon 3. 3/5 means from the 5 part you have to take the 3 part. Then 2/7 means from the 7th part you have to take the 2 part. Okay, so in this way you have to solve the remaining one. See the question number 3. Shade the required number of the parts. Here 1 upon 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are given. Out of this 4th part, 1 you have to shade it. Okay, so you just color the 1 part. Next, half means 2 parts are given. Out of these 2 parts, you have to shade the 1 part. One upon 3 means 3 out of, you have to shade this 1 part. Again 3 upon 8 means out of these 8 parts, 1, 2, 3 part you have to shade it. Okay, now see the 4th one. Tick right side the improper fraction and cross to the mixed fraction. Okay, which is the mixed fraction? Mixed fraction is having the whole number plus the improper fraction, so make it as cross. Which is the mixed fraction? Cross it. Again crossed it, again crossed. Okay, so these are the mixed fraction. And which are the improper means numerator is greater, denominator is smaller. So take it, yes, here you can write, here you are right, here I write, and here you also write the main. Okay, so in this way you have to solve the example 4th. See the next question. Draw the diagram for the following improper fraction. Okay, for to drawing this improper fraction, what you have to do? You see the first one. How much are there? Yes, 11 out of 7. How can you draw this one? Yes, make it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, you have to make the same part. Now see, from this you have to written as 11 upon 7, means from the 7 parts you have to take out the 11. Okay, so from 7 it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these are shaded. 7 out of 7. And then how much are remaining? 7 means 8, 9, 10, 11. So from the second you have to take the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in this way you have to show the improper fraction. Next, 5 upon 8. This is the A. Now see the B one. 5 upon 8. That is, you have to again make the column up to the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again make it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can be showed as 8 upon 5. So out of 5 it is the 5. So you have to shade the number total 5. And how much are remaining? 3. So 3 from the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in this way you have to show the improper fraction. Okay. See the next one. Question number 6. Convert the following mixed fraction to improper fraction. See the A1. 2 upon 5. So what is the formula? 2 multiplied by 5 plus remainder divided by divisor. So it is equal to 10 plus 2 is 12 upon 5. Okay. Now see the B1. 6 1 upon 2. So what you have to do? Multiply 6 by 2 plus add the remainder divided by divisor 2. So 6 to the 12 plus 1, 13 upon 2. Okay. In this way you have to convert the mixed fraction to the improper fraction. Next, convert the following improper fraction to the mixed fraction. See the 7th one, A. Now here is the 11 upon 7. So just divide the 7 to the 11. 7 ones are 7. What is remaining? 4. So here you can write which is the whole one? 1. What is the remaining? 4. And here you have to write 7. Okay. Now see the B. 13 upon 9. It is equal to divide 13 to the 9. In ones are 9. How much is remaining? 4. So it can be written as 4 upon 9. Okay. In this way you have to convert the fraction. Just see the 8th one. Cross all the like fraction in each row. So which are the like fraction? You just have to cross the number. Which are the like fractions? Means cross the like fraction in each row. So these are the like fraction because they are having the same denominator here and here 19. Okay. Again this one means these are the line fraction with the same denominator. Now next, circle the like fraction. Which are the like fraction? You have to circle. Okay. So which are the like fraction? Which are having the same denominator 2, denominator 2, denominator 2 here, denominator 11, denominator 11, denominator 11. Okay, the remaining you have to do by your own. Write L for like fraction and UL for unlike fraction. Okay, so this is the like fraction. Okay, and these 1, 2, 3 are the like fraction. Means it is the unlike. This is the like fraction and this is the unlike. Sorry, you have to write unlike. Okay, fraction. Okay, next. Find three equivalent fraction for each of the following fraction. You have to find out the three equivalent fraction. See the question 11. A 2 upon 3. So find out the equivalent fraction. What you have to do? Multiply the number by same number to the numerator and denominator. First you have to multiply it by 2. You will get 4 upon 6. Then multiply it by 3. 6 upon 9. Then 2 multiplied by 4 and 3 multiplied by 4. So it is upon 12. Therefore, what are the equivalent fraction? You have to write equivalent fraction of 2 upon 3. It is equal to 4 upon 6, 6 upon 9 and 8 upon 12. Okay. So these are the equivalent fraction. In this way you have to find the equivalent fraction of all the numbers. Just next 12th. Find any 5 equivalent fraction for each. Just the same way you have to find the 5 fraction. Means any 5 means you can multiply the number by any number and find the same way the equivalent fraction. Now see the 13th one. Write an equivalent fraction for each of the following. 2 upon 3 with the 24 as the denominator. See the 13th one. Okay. A. What you have to do? 2 upon 3 with 24 as the denominator. Here you can see 2 upon 3 where which number is multiplied by the number, you will get the denominator is 24. So which number? Yes, 3 8s are 24. Then the number is 16 upon 24. Followed? Okay, now see the B1. What is given? 1 upon 5 with 30 as the denominator. That is 1 upon 5 with 30 as the denominator. Just see here 1 upon 5 you have to write and it is equal to 1 upon 5. Which number is multiplied by denominator? You will get the 30. Yes, 5 6 are 30. So write 6 and 6 on the numerator and denominator. You will get the answer 6 upon 30. Okay. Now see the next one. In this way you have to find out the all remaining one. Okay. Now 14. Question number 14. Write the missing terms of the following equivalent fraction. Here 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Then 2 multiplied by 3 is 6 and 2 multiplied by how much? Here 2, 3, 5 because 3 2s are 3, 3s are 9 and 3 5s are 15. So multiply 2 upon 5 means here you have to write 10. 2 6 are 12, 3 6 are 18. Then 2 9s are 18, 3 9s are 27. Okay, in this way you have to find all the remaining one. Now next one is reduce the following fractions to the lowest term. So while reducing the fraction to the lowest term, what you have to do? You just have to do the division. See the A1. 120 upon 144. Okay, so there are the two methods. First you have to reduce it by 2 3 4 or you have to find out the HCF and directly divide it to the number. You will get the answer immediately. Okay, then find out the HCF. Okay, HCF of 120 and 144 by the division method. So divide 120 144. Okay, now 120 ones are 120, reduce it 4, it is the 4, here is the 0. Now again by 120, then 24 5s are, yes, 24 5s are 120. So here you get the 0. Then what is the HCF is 24. So directly you have to divide it by 120 divided by 24 and here 144 divided by 24. So when 24 is divided by 120 is divided by 24, what you will get? Here is the answer 5. And when 144 is divided by 24, you will get 6. Okay, so 5 upon 6 is the reduced form of that number. Just see the second one. Now see the B one. 112 divided by 196 and make it as a lowest form. So for that you have to divide the numbers 112 divided by 196 for the HCF. So 112 ones are 112. What is the remaining? Here is a 4. Here is the 8. Now next 84 divided by 112. Then 112 multiplied by 2. What will be the answer? 224. That's why 84 multiplied by 2 is equal to 168. So you just have to give the as a division of 1, that is 84. Okay. Then 112 minus 84, it is equal to 28. Here is the 28, it is the 84. Then 28 multiplied by 4 is 112. So 84, 28 multiplied by 2 is the 56. And 28 multiplied by 3 is the 84. So here you have to write 28 3. Here is the 84. Okay. Now what is the HCF? So here you have to write HCF of 112 and 196 is equal to 28. Now divide 112 to directly to the HCF 28 and 196 divided by 28. What you will get? 112 divided by 28 is equal to 4 and 196 divided by 28 is equal to 7. So that is the answer, 4 upon 7. Are you understood? First you have to find out the HCF of that number, and after that directly you have to divide the number by that number. You will get the lowest form. So are you understood all the things in exercise 5.1? Yes, everyone? Now see the next one. Comparison of fraction. See, comparison of like fractions. You already know that fractions having the same denominator are called the like fraction. Yes? Let us now learn how we compare two like fractions. Consider two like fractions 3 upon 7 and 5 upon 7. They are diagrammatically represented as follows. Just see here. Here the 7 parts are there where 3 are shaded, and here the part of 7, 5 are shaded. Now it is obvious that shaded portion of 5 upon 7 is more than that the 3 upon 7. Therefore 5 upon 7 is greater than 3 upon 7. Okay. So for two like fraction, the fraction with greater numerator is the greater one. It is the simple thing. Yes, the fraction with the greater numerator is the greater fraction. Now write the fraction in ascending order. For the ascending order, which number is written first? Smaller one. So see here, 1 upon 13, 3 upon 13, then 4 upon 13, 7 upon 13, 9 upon 13, and last you have to write 11 upon 13. Okay, in this way you have to write the ascending order. Then comparing fraction having the same numerator. If the fraction is having the same numerator, what you have to do? Consider the following rectangular bars having the same length and divide into the different parts to show the different denominators. Here are all the bars having the same length, but they are divided into the different. Here 10 parts are there, 5 parts are there, and here 4 parts are there. Okay, so it is obvious that 3 upon 4 is greater than 3 upon 5 is greater than 3 upon 10, but the order of denominator is 10 is greater than 5 is greater than 4. So we concluded that in the fraction having the same numerator, the fraction is greater which has the smaller denominator. Okay, means which number is having the smaller denominator is the greater one. Okay, now see, these numbers are given. You have to arrange this number in ascending order. So the fraction with the greater denominator is the smaller one. So first one is the smaller is 7 upon 11. then 9 means 7 upon 9, then 7 upon 6, then 7 upon 5, and then 7 upon 2. Okay, so these are the numbers are in ascending order, and in descending order what you are arranging. Yes, first one is the greater one is 11 upon 2, then 11 upon 5, 11 upon 7, 11 upon 10, and 11 upon 50. In this way you have to find out the ascending and descending order. Okay, are you understood? Now see, while comparing any two quantities, it is necessary that the quantities belong to the same type. Similarly, in the case of fraction, two fractions can be compared only when they are like fraction. To convert any two unlike fraction to like fraction, we have to find their equivalent forms. For example, 1 upon 7 and 2 upon 7 are unlike fractions. So it is impossible to compare them. Then what you have to do, you just have to find the LCM of that number. That is, LCM of 5 and 7 is equal to 35. Then make both the denominators 35 and then compare the number. You will get the answer easily. Okay. Now see the example. Arrange 1 upon 3, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 6 in ascending order. 1 upon 3, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 6. These are all the unlike fractions. So what you have to do? First you have to, okay, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 6 are the unlike fraction. To compare them, we have to convert them to their like fraction. And for the like fraction, what you have to do? You just have to take the LCM of that 3, 2 and 6. So what is the LCM of 3, 2 and 6? It is equal to 6. So next, make all the denominators to the 6 and then compare the fraction. Here you can see 3 upon 6 is greater than 2 upon 6 is greater than 1 upon 6. So how can you write the ascending order? In ascending order, first you have to write the number with lower. It is smaller one, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 3 and 1 upon 2. So is it, have you understood everyone? See the next one. Arrange 5 upon 6, 7 upon 9, 11 upon 12 in descending order. So what you have to do, when all the denominators are different, you just find out the LCM of that 6, 9 and 12. So what is the LCM of that? Is 36. Now make all the denominators 36, 36 and 36 and then compare the number. When you are arranging in descending order, yes, so first is the greater one, then second is the smaller one, and at last you have to write the smaller one. Are you understood how to compare the numbers in fractions? Okay.